Good morning, Kuwait. Good morning, everybody. And this is a live TV program from KTV2. And good morning, our residents, citizens, followers, viewers, wherever you are. In the month of the celebrations, the month of February. And good morning, Sarah. It's been a while since last time we've been together.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's good to see you, Farid, and good morning to you, and good morning to you, dear viewers. Happy celebrations and happy February. It's really a big episode we have today, and really we have various segments and special guests that we are so happy and pleased to have them with us this morning. So please keep watching us till the end of the program and never go away.
Absolutely.
So Farid, we are heading to celebrations actually after let's say a week, isn't it?
Definitely. You know, it's the month of celebrations, month of the beautiful weather, month of the really positivity and being optimistic. You
Exactly.
know, and it's not only Liberation Day and Independence Day, it's also, it's the most beautiful weather that Kuwaiti citizens always stay put in Kuwait.
Exactly. You know, my favorite month ever, which is February. The month actually, the weather is getting sunny, the joy is everywhere, the spirit of being like Kuwaiti and being proud of being Kuwaiti is everywhere actually.
Absolutely.
And everyone actually is raising up the Kuwaiti flag, being proud of being a Kuwaiti, and everyone actually present of how to be an active actually citizens and good citizens, by actually presenting themselves by raising the flags, painting in their faces like the children.
Oh yeah.
They paint the flag, Kuwaiti flag in their faces.
Do you like that?
I like that.
Actually, definitely, it's the most beautiful period of the year in Kuwait. We get foggy weather, we get cold weather, we get, weather like Europe, and you guys, especially the girls, get to wear their jackets and boots. And
fashion,
yeah, definitely. We can get all whatever in the closet there, so outside. But exactly, we celebrate. Each and every family celebrates. They show the kids the flag, what's the meaning and what this symbolizes, and these colors. And definitely, we wish you all the best, dear viewers, and happy February and happy celebrations in Kuwait. Let's stay tuned, and we'll be back with more segments.
Well, the weather, dear viewers, is getting really chilly these days. But how about to check the weather for the next couple of days, and they'll be right back to you.
Good morning, dear viewers. It's the weekend. Mild weather by day, cold, late night and early morning, very cold weather over the desert area, northwesterly wind. This weekend, freshening at times, especially on Friday, may reach 50 km per hour. Maximum temperature will range between 15 to 17 degrees. For the minimum, we are expecting from 5 to 7 degrees. We're going to have significant decreasing in temperature, especially over the desert area. State of sea is going to be slight to moderate rough at times, and the wave height from 2 to 6 feet. Expected weather in Kuwait City for the next 5 days, mild to rather cold weather by day, but still the cold weather with us. Late night and early morning northwesterly wind will continue with us for the next 5 days, inshallah. This is our weather forecasting this morning. Thanks for watching us. And now, let's go back to our colleague.
And dear viewers, this is Kona News, starting with His Highness the Emir, Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, sent a cable of congratulations to Cyprus President-elect Nikos Christodoulidis. His Highness wished the President-elect success, good health, and further development of relations between the two countries.
The World Government Summit 2023, held in Dubai under the slogan Shaping Future Governments, witnessed a large regional and international media presence. The summit hosts participants from 150 countries and representatives of 80 organizations, in addition to 20 heads of states.
And the Arab World Institute in Paris inaugurated an exhibition of a collection called Astronomical Dinar, belonging to Sheikh Mubarak Al Abdullah Al Mubarak Al Sabah, carrying all 12 zodiac signs of Mughal Emperor Jahangir.
The US dollar rose by 0.07% at 0.306 KD, and the euro stood at 0.328. The British sterling pound actually rose by 0.12% to 0.372, and the Swiss franc went down to 0.331, while the Japanese yen stood at 0.002 KD. This is all the news we have for today, dear viewers. And now let's move on, but after this short break.
And we are back, dear viewers. Speaking of being away in the summer, a lot of people, get to travel, Sarah, and especially to Australia. It's like really a lot of, kilometers away from Kuwait,
Yes.
this small continent. But they suffered from, some kind of, like disease, or let's say Australian endangered wildlife has got a new lifeline, from an invention that hollows trees.
Indeed, Farid, Conversations biologist Matt Stevens invented the hollow hog that curves into the wood of the tree, creating an entrance hole, closely replicating nature. So how about to take this look at this report, and they'll be right back to you.
Meet Australia's new animal real estate agent. Conservation biologist Matt Stevens is creating new homes for wildlife using the hollow hog. It's a game-changing tool that he invented to create artificial hollows in trees, just as Australia's wildlife grapples with the loss of habitat created by logging and bushfires.
So this is the hollow hog. This is what I invented.
According to the Wilderness Society, roughly 300 native wildlife species in Australia rely on hollows to nest and shelter. That includes 31% of native mammals and 15% of native birds. The hollow hog can closely replicate nature, but faster.
Naturally, a hollow will take the minimum of 70 to 120 years to start forming. And then, the fact that we can rapidly install one of these hollows within less than an hour is, a real game changer. And to think that then that hollow that we've created may last potentially 200 or 300 years into the future, and each year producing another generation of fauna.
The hollow hog is a tool that carves into the wood of the tree, creating an entrance hole.
It's a high-speed spinning cutting head with tungsten carbide tips that spins at about 11,000 RPM, a long spindle or shaft, and then with the ability to suck all of the wood chip out, and it gets exhaust. The exhaust comes out here. And so effectively, I can now carve that 50 mil diameter. I can carve all the way in as far as I can reach, and in any direction I want once I'm inside.
While nest boxes have been one solution, Stevens says there were limitations. Nest boxes only last around 7 to 10 years, while tree hollows will not only last, but also grow.
Over the years, that hollow will further develop, and so it will grow larger and larger. And as long as the living tissue of that tree can continue to wrap more layers around the outside and outpace the rate of that hollow's development, that a tree will remain stable.
The hollow hog has already been used to carve thousands of hollows across Australia. The New South Wales National Parks and Wildlife Service started using it to create much-needed habitats for Australia's wildlife. The Department of Primary Industry has also got involved, as have land care groups and tree surgeons like Eamon Dempsey, who right now is using it to install hollows on Stevens' property.
The very first time I ever got my hands on a hollow hog and actually started carving, it really filled me with hope that my career doesn't have to be all about cutting trees down. There is actually a potential there for me to have a more positive environmental impact.
Stevens hopes the tool will help Australia's hollow-dependent wildlife exist past the current rate of extinction. He's already seen a variety of species use the hollows, from marsupials to parrots and even lizards.
Long after I'm gone, maybe 300 years into the future, that the hollow that we carved, for example, the hollow we carved today, will still be operating. It'll still be there potentially as a home for wildlife. And just thinking about that, I just think it's a really exciting thing.
Now let's move on from Australia to India with our first guest. We'll have with us Mrs. Samita Patel. She's the first Secretary, Political and Commerce at the Embassy of India in Kuwait, who is going to share with us everything we need to know about the International Year of Millets. So, hello and good morning, Ms. Samita.
Good morning, Sarah. Very happy to see you again, and a very good morning to your viewers.
Oh, me too, Mr. Samita. So millets. Today we're going to talk about millets. So first of all, before we discuss about millets, the International Year of Millets, we'd like to know what is exactly millets?
Yes, of course. So millets are very small grains. So these are ancient crops. We also call them nutri-cereals. So millets are in some or the other way part of many of the indigenous societies, cultures and foods. So a lot of societies in Asia and Africa are generally have been eating millets for thousands of years. But millets have been a little bit lost to the modern society, and this is our attempt to bring them back. So yes, millets are like small grains, and these are hardy crops which can sustain harsh conditions.
That's amazing. It's really a healthy kind of, let's say, seeds.
Yes.
So let's talk about the International Year of Millets. We'd like to know what is exactly this International Year of Millets and what is actually its like significance about this International Year.
Yes, Sarah. This is an attempt to popularize and bring awareness to the millets, which are also called superfoods or nutri-cereals by many.
Okay.
In the government of India, celebrated National Year of Millets some time back, and then the government of India made a proposal to the United Nations that we could celebrate the year 2023 as International Year of Millets. And this proposal was overwhelmingly accepted by member states. More than 70 member states supported it, and that is how the UNGA declared 2023 as International Year of Millets. And this will be spearheaded by the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization, which is situated with its headquarters in Rome. So that is how the entire year will be celebrated as International Year of Millets.
So India, each year actually, you celebrate that day, that year, isn't it? So like in each day, in each year, sorry.
The United Nations has different themes that it wants to bring attention to.
Yes.
So, there are some societal issues, there are some ecological issues, and this is something that cuts across many themes. So, this resonates with so many of our problems and situations that we face. So, International Year of Millets, and we will talk more about it, why it is important, and why this theme resonates, like I just said.
So why it is important? You talk about millets is really something really special actually to Indian people, and you are making some international year for that. So why actually it's important?
Okay, so I'll put it this way. See, millets are important for our planet.
Okay.
I'll say how, because millets are resource, they are very resource efficient in the sense that in places where there is not much rainfall, like semi-arid, as in semi-desert kind of places, and where there is less nutritious soil, I mean fertile soil, where the soil does not have a lot of nutrients, because plants' roots draw nutrients from the soil.
Yes.
So in those places where the soil is of not great fertile quality, even in those marginal lands, millets can grow. So these are very hardy plants, like you would see that in our gardens we grow lot of exotic flowers, and there are some weeds which grow on their own. So in that sense, you can use this analogy for the modern agriculture, where we are focused on wheat and rice and corn, which takes enormous amount of water and enormous amount of resources in terms of fertilizers and pesticides. But millets are those crops which are so hardy meaning they are so resistant and resilient that they can grow even when there is not a great quality of soil, water and other care. So they do not need great maintenance. So that way they are good for our planet, because one, there is biodiversity ensured. There are almost, I was surprised to learn that of course in India we have a huge diversity of millets, and also in many countries of Africa. For example, Mali, I was saying there is a local culture of growing foods that are millet based. Also, in India, we have around 150 millets is what I learned,
Wow.
to my surprise.
Yes.
But major are like 5 to 10, which we use in our regular food. So millets are good for planet. Millets are good for people. So how? Because millets are bringing this to the producers and to the consumers, this quality, because the producers do not have to invest so many resources in growing them.
Yes.
It's good for producer, the farmers, and for consumers, because these are diverse, different grains. So they are cheaper. They are good for you, and they are good for your plate, in the sense that the nutrition that they bring to you, a lot of the millets, and we can see.
We can see that.
Yes,
Amazing.
they have great nutrition. They are delicious. They are tasty. They have a lot of fiber in them. They have minerals, many trace minerals.
And it's easy to plant, actually.
Yes.
We can plant it here in Kuwait, actually.
In fact, in my own garden in the Embassy of India,
Oh, okay.
I have something called pearl millet. It is called bajra in India.
Yes.
And a grain, just stray grain, in my garden grew into a cob, and I was surprised. In fact, this is the theory proved into practice that we can grow
So
millets.
you experienced that, actually.
Yes, and a plant of jawar is actually growing into its second year, because it is so hardy. I did not plant it.
Okay.
It is by fluke. It was seeded, and then now it is going into the second year of harvesting.
That's amazing, actually. So we have to start to plant it, actually, even in our houses, isn't it? So let's you talk about the benefits of millets. It's good for our planet, good for our health. It's easy to be plants. It's really cheap, as you mentioned.
Yes.
So what are the types, actually, of millets?
So there are many types of millets, like I just mentioned. In fact, 7-8 types of them are very well known in India. So there is something called pearl millet, very small white grains. There is jowar or sorghum, which is quite commonly known in many parts of the world. There is little millet, kodo millet, proso millet, barnyard millet, and so on and so forth.
Too many types.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's talk about the Kuwaiti dishes. We know there are too many dishes, delicious actually dishes here in Kuwait. Can we actually put these type of grains, actually, or seeds, in our dishes?
Yes, that's a very interesting question, because we can replace millets in lot of our regular dishes. For
Okay.
example, all the baking that you do, in place of wheat, you can use many of the millets, and very successfully. In fact, I was surprised to know that they adapt to, in fact, all sorts of cooking. You can, for example, Kuwaiti dishes you mentioned. So I was just reading, and I found that mutabbak samak, for example,
Okay.
a very delicious dish, and yes,
Very
it could be
delicious.
made with millets.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
the filling could be replaced with a kind of millet, and even the rice. I mean, I have heard of people who do not want to continue to eat rice in large quantities,
Yes.
switching to millets, and it has benefited their health enormously.
Okay.
Because one thing I forgot to mention, millets have low digestive index, so they have, they release slowly. The blood sugar level after eating millets does not spike very fast.
Yes, that's amazing. So we can put it instead of rice, put it in, like you say, this tabak zbedi, as you mentioned. So what about other dishes? We have jarish, we
Yes,
put some grains
yes.
in it. So can we actually replace it too?
Yes, we can replace wheat with
Yes.
with millets. Spelt that is used in some other dishes, that can be replaced with
Yes.
wheat, and stuffings in many of the dishes could be changed with using millets. Yes.
That's amazing. So in the embassy, they are going to organize some conference about this millets. Can you talk more about that? It's really celebration is going to be, isn't it?
Yes, so this entire year we will be focused on the celebration of International Year of Millets, and the launch of this year.
Yes.
You will soon see. We did it on our National Day, on 26th January during our Republic Day celebrations.
Yes.
We had a display of the cuisine that is
Wow.
can be adapted to millets, and in fact I was surprised to know that we could make gourmet cuisine dishes with millets. A lot of them were very much adaptable to millets, and people loved them because the taste is different. At the same time, you would not realize that, for example, noodles.
Yes.
You all relish noodles, especially children, and then people did not realize that this is made from millets.
So
Yes.
when is gonna be the
So
celebration?
the International Year of Millets, we have already launched it in January.
Yes.
This week, in fact, this entire week, we will be celebrating Millets Week in Kuwait.
Okay.
And this means that we have competitions like art competitions involving little millets. You know, in childhood we used to use lentils and stuff to make posters. So-
Amazing.
yes, because the idea is to bring awareness to the young children, people, so that they see this as those crops, because many of them have not seen them or have not eaten them. So to bring awareness, and one of our initiatives called Millets in My Lunch, Millets in My Tiffin campaign.
Wow.
It was so widely appreciated. I was so happy seeing pictures from so many schools in Kuwait, bringing millets in their tiffin, and then
Yes.
they're all eating it together.
Wow,
with so
amazing.
much joy.
It's
Yes.
really a great celebration. It's not only a celebration, it's like to have the concept how to teach the children, actually, to teach the children how it's the concept of this kind of richy seeds, how it's really important to our planet and to their health. Like instead of eating some junky food, as you mentioned, or some kind of like unhealthy food, instead of that, they have to learn how to plant and eat millets. So that's amazing. So starting from this week until the next week, isn't it?
Yes. So we are designated the week from 15th of February to 21st of February, and on 21st of February we will have a finale event with celebration of all this activities throughout the week, and also we will celebrate millets for sustainable development, because sustainable development goals are a set of goals that all the countries in the world have agreed to work for.
Yes.
And a lot of those goals align with the millets objectives, because in terms of hunger, poverty,
Exactly.
and sustainable production, responsible consumption, all these goals align with what millets have to offer. So that is why we will call it Millets for Sustainable Developments, and we will have the posters that our children have made. We will have them displayed. We will have cultural program, of course, as we always do with with India,
amazing,
because
actually.
when we celebrate harvest in India, in
Yes.
many of the cultures, it is about
Yes.
celebrating the rich harvest of the plants.
So can our dear viewers actually participate in this celebration?
Yes, I want all your viewers to look for millet recipes. There are many of them, and they could even innovate their own recipes. For example, you can use millets in your salads, sprouted ragi or sprouted pearl millet in your salads,
Yes.
and then you can share those dishes with hashtag millets in my tiffin. You can share with hashtag millets Millets Week in Kuwait hashtag.
Millets Week in Kuwait.
Yes.
This is the hashtag.
Yes.
We can share it any kind of dishes.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. So what is the famous Indian dishes with millets?
There are so many. For example, when our children, start eating their solids first,
Okay.
in South India especially, in the state of Karnataka, we have something called ragi, and sometimes it is sprouted and made into a little flour, and then it is given as a cereal, like
Yes.
liquid cereal to the young children who start eating their solids for the first time. So that is the kind of importance given to millets. And then there are many of these millets which we adapt to, for example, fasting food. Like when we do fast,
Yes.
traditionally,
Yes.
there are some foods which are allowed, and some of them, in fact, are millets. There are no other grains allowed, by the way. Only millet grains
Only
are allowed.
millet grain. That's really
Yes.
great, important. So, Mrs. Samita, do you have any advice or message to our dear viewers for today?
Yes. First of all, thanks a lot for having me, because, as a diplomat of India, it is really special to be able to converse with you and your viewers this early morning. India and Kuwait have a great history together. We are traditionally close friends, and our food, our cultures, our people have so much, to do with each other. There is so much of intermixing and exchange. And in the same spirit, millets is something that is grown widely in India, but it is also so much prevalent in your cultures. For example, in the
Yes.
entire Middle East and also in Kuwait, there is because there are traditional dishes and all which can be adapted to this, and millets are good for people who are looking for gluten-free diets, who are looking for nutritious variety and diversity of grains, who are looking for
Losing weight.
losing weight
For sure.
because there is so much fiber in it that you will feel satiated after eating it.
That's amazing. I'm going to buy some millets for today and try it in some dishes. And as you mentioned, we have for sure some that bilateral and tight friend, or let's say relations between India and Kuwait from 100 years. All the best of luck in the embassy, and this is a celebration, great celebration, and I advise and suggest all our dear viewers to participate in such a great event. Thank you so much, Ms. Samita, for being here with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah, and best wishes, congratulations to all your viewers in this very special month for Kuwait, and on behalf of the Embassy of India and the people of India, very happy National Day.
Thank you so much, Ms. Samita. So, big thanks and appreciation to our dear guest, Ms. Samita Patel. She's from Embassy of India to Kuwait. She already talked about the importance of millets and the International Year of Millets. Don't go away, dear viewers. Let's have this tiny little break and then we'll move on.
And welcome back, dear viewers. Under His Excellency, the Minister of Information, Abdurrahman Al-Mtairi, and other founders and members of the Expo 965 team for Heritage and Craft Fairs. The team organized one of the Kuwait great event reflecting the heritage and plans to strengthen cultural programs, as it's stated in all statements. The event also is a reflection of how we can be enforcing the importance of being in line with the vision of a new Kuwait 2035 to increase national products. Let's take you to this report and we'll be back.
Good evening, dear viewers. My name is Halima Mahmoud, the ambassador of Kenya to the state of Kuwait. Today, we are participating here to celebrate the National Day of Kuwait, our friendly and brotherly country. And we have an obligation to celebrate. As you know that Kenya and Kuwait, we enjoy a good relation dated back to since we attained our independence. We have people-to-people relation. They are our brothers and sisters, and there are so many things that we have in common. It's also worth to note that Kuwait is the first Arab country to open a mission in Nairobi, and we have a long outstanding relation in terms of economic diplomacy, in terms of cultural diplomacy, and there are so many things that we are benefiting from each other, mutual benefit in terms of, as you're also aware, we have over 3,000 Kenyans here in Kuwait who call Kuwait their second home. And through the effort of the two governments, the government of Kenya and the government of the state of Kuwait, we are eager and willing to take our relation to the next level. On this behalf, on my own behalf, and on behalf of the people of Kenya and the government of Kenya, I want to send my message of congratulations to the Amir, to His Highness the Amir, His Highness the Crown Prince, the Prime Minister, the government, and the people of the state of Kuwait for this occasion. I want to tell them Mabruk for this occasion, and they know that their brothers and sisters in Kenya are also celebrating with them on this auspicious occasion. Thank you and shukran.
I am Lena Mariana. I am the ambassador of Indonesia to the state of Kuwait in commemorating the National and Liberation Day on behalf of the government of Indonesia and also the Indonesian people. We would like to congratulate you on this very important occasion. So we wish all the leaders, the Amir, the Crown Prince, and also the people the best wishes on this occasion. And this year, we also commemorate 55th the diplomatic relation between the Indonesia and Kuwait on February 28th. And before that, I think that we have established the P2P, the people-to-people relation back 100 years before, because we knew that some of distinguished Kuwaiti historian and also the distinguished people from Kuwait, they also visited Indonesia. So again, that on behalf of Indonesian government and the people of Indonesia, we would like to congratulate you, and hopefully our relation will be strengthened in the future, and both country will enjoy the prosperous and peaceful country as we pray to Allah, the God, the Almighty, that's the both country will be cooperate, strengthen in the future. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Sitim Tenzin, and I am the ambassador of the Kingdom of Bhutan to the state of Kuwait since July 2021. It has been a fascinating period here in Kuwait, and today we are participating along with many other embassies at the Culture and Heritage Exposition at the Rumitia, which is at the playground of the Palestine High School. And we are very happy to participate here to showcase our own culture and, of course, in solidarity to the unique culture and heritage of Kuwait. And it has not taken place during the pandemic, so it has been taking place after a few years. So people are excited, everybody is here. And at this occasion, I would like to express our heartfelt felicitation and our highest respect to His Highness the Amir, to His Highness the Crown Prince, His Highness the Prime Minister, and the very friendly and warm people of Kuwait. And our stay has been here very, very interesting. And we wish in the weeks ahead the great celebration of the National Day and Liberation Day of Kuwait, and for which we offer our highest best wishes and respects to all the highnesses and to the people of Kuwait. Thank you very much.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and good morning, Kuwait. This is, the live program, daily live program, KTV2. Definitely, now, dear viewers, we will have for you Ali Dagher. Ali Dagher, a K-Flag member, a Guinness World Record holder, who's going to tell us about the experience and his experience precisely as a K-Flag occasion member and Guinness World Record holder, with all obstacles and difficulties he faced. Let's all welcome your guest and our guest, Mr. Ali Dagher. Mr. Ali, good morning, and it's our honor to have you here in Good Morning Kuwait.
Good morning to you too, Mr. Farid.
It's definitely really... Ali, I know you. I want you to introduce yourself to the viewers. Tell us, who's Ali Dagher?
Good morning to you all. First, my name is Ali Dagher. I'm a writer for a book called Junior Firefighter, Teaching Children Surviving Skills.
Yeah.
I'm a former player at Kuwait national team for Firefit competition.
Wow.
And mostly I've been involved in K-Flag for the last 2 years, yes.
Is it like Kuwait flag? It's abbreviation for Kuwait?
It is abbreviation for Kuwait.
Okay, so tell us about K-Flag, and what is K-Flag and how it was, established?
Well, that's a very good question. So K-Flag is a voluntary team.
Mm-hmm.
It started 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We try to mix, trying to break Guinness World Records, or establish Guinness World Records.
Okay.
And we tried to mix it with Kuwait flag. So what we did in Abadlam, it's that we tried to have the biggest flag on a mountain,
mm-hmm.
which happened 2019. And other second attempt was last year when we went to Jabal Shams in Oman,
mm-hmm.
and we had our Guinness World Record. Actually, we didn't break any record. We established a new world record.
Okay.
Yes, that's what happened.
Definitely, we'll talk about these, adventures, precisely, and in details more. But when precisely it started, like what year you guys got together? Definitely, you are a team. How many members in a team?
So it started as almost 9 members, and now, yes, and now we're like more than 22.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I didn't join them actually. Last year I joined this
You
team.
joined them.
Yes.
And I know, our friend, colleague, he's also the sound engineer, Isa Al-Bayrami.
Of course, he's a member of K Flag.
Yeah, we wish him all the best. Isa, our greetings to you. So when you start and why you chose this occasion, when was the hardest time?
So we tried to mix Kuwait flag with an adventure that no one can actually do. And we searched for the most hard thing to do, which was having Kuwait flag on a mountain. And we thought that someone did it before, having any flag on a mountain, but no one did.
Yeah.
No one had the biggest flag on a mountain before.
That's true.
Mostly people would go with small flags, but the challenge will be having the biggest flag you can ever have on a mountain.
Exactly. Most of the people, they go, like, let's say some people go to Mount Everest, for example, with, just regular flags and, point them there. But exactly, that big, huge, gigantic flag is amazing, honestly. So in this field, what was, your biggest achievement?
What we did actually as a team is having the K flag, the Kuwait flag on the Jabal Shams mountain. The achievement was reaching for the top of the mountain, which was semi-impossible to a lot of people because you'll be carrying your food, you're carrying water, and you're trying to finish it less than a day, which will be so challenging when you're having 150-kilogram flag. To manage 150.
Wow.
Yes.
You see, dear viewers, I saw a clip, on his mobile, earlier off air. And mashallah, I really didn't believe it. When they always say, oh, it's a flag, has a length of a football field.
Exactly.
I didn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes, when a drone comes out of, yeah, that's the picture.
Exactly.
That's the picture we're talking about, Ali, right?
It is the same picture.
Thank you, Director Al-Awad. And definitely this is really, see, that's a football field. That's a football field.
It is a large flag.
Yeah.
And that's why we had Guinness.
And this has 150 kilograms.
Yes, of weight. Which will be very difficult to handle if you're on the top of a mountain with the wind. That will be the problem, trying to handle this wind.
So tell us about this adventure. You, from the bottom to the top. So, walk us through it.
So at first when I joined this team, I thought we were going to rest for like 2 days. But what happened is, as soon as we reached Oman, we had one night only.
Only?
We slept outside.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't sleep in
outside?
the hotel. Yes.
Like a camp?
Exactly. We had a camp in a small tent.
Yeah.
And early morning, we went to Jabal Shams. And for me...
So there is no luxury and, being in a hotel 5 stars and stuff like that. No, it's like camping, scouting.
It wouldn't fit the mission, actually.
Exactly.
You'll
an
be
adventure.
Yes, and it was a great adventure because having this amount of luxurious relaxation, you can say, wouldn't actually fulfill the mission. So what we did is we camped the night before.
Okay.
And early morning we went to Jabal Shams.
You went near that mountain?
Yes.
At the bottom?
Yes. There was a resort there.
Okay.
But we slept in a tent in the resort.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice feeling.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Actually, it was a great experience for me, even though we had Guinness, even though we're doing this for our country.
Itself, just being in a camp, sleeping in a tent, like with this wilderness, it's beautiful.
I would advise everyone to go there.
Really?
To see Oman, to go to have an experience there, either going to the cave or to the mountains. It's a new world. It's a great
definitely
adventure.
We have great love to Oman and our folks, Omani, a friendly country and brotherly country. But so you woke up early morning, had a breakfast, and then
it was an exhausting trip for like 6 hours.
6 hours?
Yes.
To reach the top?
No, actually, we had to rest first, and then we reached the top in maximum or 10 hours.
10 hours?
Yes.
So were there any problems along the way? Definitely.
Of course, because it's a natural environment. It's not.
So you were literally pulling the flag, or there was like let's say a car bag or whatever?
No, we couldn't take the flag if you're talking about 150 kilos, 'cause it will be dangerous
Yeah.
on all the members.
Okay, so
And for us was the problem was handling the flag on the top of the mountain.
okay,
Yes,
I
that's
see.
was the challenge that we had to deal with.
Okay, yeah, it's like a long
'Cause you
150
it is big.
meter maybe.
Yes, as large as it is, it is risky actually to have it in a windy place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can imagine what it
Yeah,
could
it
have
may,
happened.
it may fly, you know, pull some people.
And that's what could have happened. But
Yeah.
we managed to have a plan so that we can have rope crossing the flag. It doesn't show in the video, but we had it so that we can make sure that everyone is safe during the process of having the flag on the mountain.
And all of a sudden we saw that picture, beautiful picture, you know, the Kuwaiti flag from up above the sky, you know, that big, huge, gigantic flag, you know, stretched on this big mountain.
And on this 25th of February, we're having a new adventure. We will be having the same flag on a very huge cave in Oman also. It's gonna be
In
a
Oman,
new,
too?
yes, and it's going to be a new world record also by Guinness.
Is it like, this is you?
Yes,
Yeah,
this is me in the
wow.
military airplane.
Yeah.
By the army, they give it the airplane so that we can actually fit the
Nice.
bags and the flag.
Nice.
Yes.
That's, you know what's really amazing, Ali, makes me really like think about you as, you know, one of the perfect people or key players in that team, because you used to have also these tough macho competitions with the fire forces
Yes.
in the States, and I know what a firefighter in Europe and in the State, you know, means. You know, it means really stubbornness, toughness, you know, patience, endurance, stamina, bravery, and definitely you know, competing with those big guys, you know, I think it's achievement itself.
So when I say the mission to Oman or our new mission is dangerous and it's coming from a firefighter or a former firefight player, it means that it's really dangerous and it is challenging. And mentioning that we're playing with the big guys in the US or in Europe, actually we won the second.
Yeah,
we won.
yeah, I know that.
Yes.
But I was really amazed, you know, and I was really surprised, you know, how we, you know, with all due respect to our, you know, when we compare our bodies to theirs, you know, they practice 24/7. They do all sort of, you know, athleticism and, you know, sport, and, you know, our, you know, youth, they hang around, you know, laid back. So definitely this is, but, you know, definitely.
Even with that we won.
With that we won, definitely. Ali Dagher, I'm really proud, you know, to see Kuwaiti men like you. Honestly, it makes me really proud, you know, and we wish you all the best. If you have a last word, you know, this is your time. You want to say something for viewers, it's your time.
Thank you very much for your kind words. What I'm going to say is I want you to wait for the great surprise we're having on Oman on the 25th of February, celebrating our country. We are honored and to cherish our flag during this
Inshallah.
experience.
Inshallah, definitely. All the best. Ali Dagher, the K flag member, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me. Thanks.
Dear viewers, we'll go for a break, and after that we'll be back. You know, I think we are, you know, about to wrap it up after that break.
What a lovely song, and also what a lovely interview. It was amazing. We are so proud of him.
Frankly, Sarah, you know, when you see your, you know, Kuwaiti youth, you know, going competing with firefighters in the US
Yes.
and in Europe, and you see they have, you know, the sports culture, they are more, you know, educated and these things, you know, more than us, and they work out 24/7.
For sure.
And and they do everything, okay? And a lot of people that think, you know, okay, and our youth, you know, and guys just laid back, you know, traveling, they don't do hard work. Yet the Kuwaiti firefighter teams, accomplished the second position.
We are so
Worldwide.
proud of them,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah, and
Farid.
that's
It's really how
definitely-
they present the
Exactly.
Kuwaiti flag. That's amazing.
Absolutely. You know, the Kuwaiti flag was the length of a football field. So imagine.
Wow.
And 150 kilograms it weighs. So
very huge, actually.
Huge. It's not easy. And it may, you know, fly and pull some human beings with it.
That's amazing. Well, Farid, we know we have too many segments.
Absolutely.
And one of the special segments, I love it to be presented with you, Farid. The top 5.
You know, she's making fun of me now because you know, she knows that I don't want to burn a movie for her. You know, but definitely, you know, we'll watch the top 5 and we'll be back.
And then we'll be right back to you. Let's watch it together, dear viewers. Well, dear viewers, it seems so lovely movies this week. So don't forget to book your ticket and enjoy your weekend.
I'll go by number 1.
The plane.
And number 5.
Number 5, the Indian one.
The Indian, yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Most of them are Egyptian and Indian.
You know,
movies.
Shah Rukh Khan is amazing. Honestly, he's one of these, you know, best actors. You know, like Amitabh Bachchan, you know, back in the 80s and you know, and 90s. But you know, Shah Rukh Khan now, and you know, the other Khan also.
Salman Khan as well.
Khan,
yes,
yeah, definitely. These guys are more attractive, you know, girls like them.
That's amazing. So too many lovely actually movies actually, Farid. So you have to book your ticket, isn't it, this weekend?
Definitely. I'll go with number 1. Anyway, that's it for us. See you next week with more segments and episodes of Good Morning Kuwait. Have a good day.
I hope you enjoyed our episode as much as we did. See you for the next one and have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.